Go ahead and take a seat, everyone. Thank you. All right, we're back on the record. The jury is here. I have received word that the jury has reached a verdict as to all counts. Ms. Kemmer, I think I saw you with paperwork in your hand. Are you the foreperson? And without telling me what verdicts the jury has reached, has the jury reached a unanimous verdict as to all charges? All right, if you could please pass the instructions and verdict forms to the bailiff, she'll deliver them to me. Thank you. All right. Ms. Peters, if you could please stand and face the jury. As to jury verdict, as to count one, we, the jury, find the defendant Tina Peters guilty of count number one, attempt to influence a public servant. This is regarding Jesse Romero. Jury verdict, count number two, as it relates to David Underwood, we, the jury, find the defendant Tina Peters guilty of count two, attempt to influence a public servant. As it relates to count three, conspiracy to commit criminal impersonation, April 23rd to May 18th, we, the jury, find the defendant Tina Peters not guilty of count number three, conspiracy to commit criminal impersonation. As it relates to count four, attempt to influence a public servant, Danny Casillas, we, the jury, find the defendant Tina Peters guilty of count number four, attempt to influence a public servant. Jury verdict, count five, criminal impersonation, May 23rd to May 27th of 2021, we, the jury, find the defendant Tina Peters not guilty of count five, criminal impersonation. Jury verdict for count number six, conspiracy to commit criminal impersonation, May 18th to May 27th of 2021, we, the jury, find the defendant Tina Peters guilty of count number six, conspiracy to commit criminal impersonation. As it relates to jury verdict for count number seven, identity theft, we, the jury, find the defendant Tina Peters not guilty of count number seven, identity theft. Jury verdict for count number eight, first-degree official misconduct. We, the jury, find the defendant Tina Peters guilty of count eight, first-degree official misconduct. Further, as it relates to the interrogatories, the jury selected all of the options available to them as the basis for that conviction. Jury verdict count number nine, violation of a duty. We, the jury, find the defendant Tina Peters guilty of count nine. Similarly, the jury found all of the as it relates to the interrogatory, the acts alleged as part of element 5 to be proven. Jury verdict count 10, failure to comply with the requirements of the Secretary of State. We, the jury, find the defendant Tina Peters guilty of count number 10, failure to comply with the requirements of the Secretary of State. Again, the jury found all of the interrogatories to have been proven beyond a reasonable doubt. You can be seated, please. Mr. Rubenstein, do you wish for the jury to be polled?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Administrator?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Kemmer, do these verdicts represent your verdicts? Mr. Thigerson, do these verdicts represent your verdicts?
Yes.
Mr. Creamer, do these verdicts represent your verdicts? Yes. Mr. Hartog, do these verdicts represent your verdicts?
Yes.
Ms. White, do these verdicts represent your verdicts?
Yes.
Ms. Smith, do these verdicts represent your verdicts? Yes. Ms. Flanagan, do these verdicts represent your verdicts? You are Mr. Dan Hartog. You changed seats on me. Mr. Dan Hartog, do these verdicts represent your verdicts?
Yes.
Ms. Kramer, do these verdicts represent your verdicts?
Yes.
Mr. Tobin, do these verdicts represent your verdicts?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly, do these verdicts represent your verdicts?
Yes.
Ms. Wright, do these verdicts represent your verdicts?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have now completed your duties as jurors in this case, and you are discharged with the sincere thanks of the court. The question may arise in your minds whether you can discuss this case with the attorneys or with anyone else. For your guidance, I will tell you that you can talk to whomever you want about your experiences here, your deliberations, or anything else about this case. It is entirely up to you how much or how little you share with anyone who wants to talk to you about the matter, or if you just want to share it with someone on your own. It is proper for others to ask you about the case as well. However, I want to make sure that you understand that if anyone persists in speaking with you about this case over your objections or becomes critical of your jury service, that is not appropriate, and that is something you must report to me immediately, please.